You know how much I love walking, right? It's the best. I walk every day, at least a little bit, either on the treadmill or with my dog or both. But you guys, after 50, walking isn't enough to keep you as healthy as you think it is. This is what you actually need to be doing. Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B, your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And walking totally helps you with finding a healthy weight. It totally feels like self-love. I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother abruptly decided to start walking every day. In my mind, I describe it as abruptly because up until then, to the best of my knowledge, she'd never exercised a day in her life. And I wouldn't characterize our family in general as being like sporting or athletic. But if this was 1982, when I was like 12-ish, that means she would have been about 67 years old. And I'm pretty sure she started walking to lose weight, though I also suspect that there were some mental health benefits that she was seeking too. She and my grandfather were slowing down after having traveled the world for many years, and I know that she liked being busy and social. So I think that going out for a walk in the neighborhood every day was a good way to spend her time and maybe even chat with the neighbors a little bit too. And if I'm remembering correctly, she did lose a bit of weight, like maybe 10 or 15 pounds. So walking was great for her. But one of the things that we need to do to make peace with our menopausal bodies is accept the fact that things are changing, like biologically. As we go through menopause, one of the most significant changes we experience is the loss of estrogen. Now, of course, you know that estrogen plays a significant role in your menstrual cycle, but do you know how much it's been doing all these years for your muscles and bones too? Two of estrogen's main jobs, in fact, were to help your muscles recover and repair themselves after exercise and to help your bones stay strong and dense. So over here in menopause land with dwindling or non-existent estrogen, suddenly we're losing muscle tone and bone density. Without intervention, we very naturally become weaker and more at risk of falls and broken bones because of sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle tissue, and osteoporosis, which is the loss of bone density. The three most common places osteoporosis shows up are in the spine, the hips, and the wrists. Because generally speaking, your hips and wrists are the bones that will break from a fall. So what do we need to do to prevent this and stay strong on our feet? Exercise. Okay, great. But wait, walking is exercise. Why doesn't that help? My friends, it does. But as I mentioned in the title of this video, all by itself, it's not enough. My grandmother walked for years and years and was one of those spry old ladies who could still get up and down from the ground in her 80s. Walking kept her strong and fit and healthy until, from my perspective, she abruptly wasn't. Suddenly, she was in pain. Suddenly, she could barely get out of her bed or a chair, let alone walk. When I knew that I was going to be making this video and I asked my mom about some of the details I'd forgotten about my grandma, she remembered seeing the x-rays of my grandmother's spine when my grandmother was diagnosed with osteoporosis. My mom said it looked like her spine had just crumbled into pieces. My sweet grandmother, the one who taught me how to knit and how to cook and how to command the respect for your elders with a single look, spent the last 3 years of her life in bed, heavily medicated to try and help her with the pain, and unable to do much of anything anymore. So why wasn't walking enough to save her from that pain? Well, honestly, she probably was spared from an earlier diagnosis and possibly more pain because of the walking. Now, super quickly, here's the part of the video where I'm going to remind you that I'm not a doctor, and of course you should take your particular concerns to your healthcare professional. What I'm telling you here is really general advice about preventing the loss of muscle tissue and bone density. And yes, those two things really do go hand in hand. Strong muscles and a layer of muscle tone help protect your bones from impact. And the exercises that build strong muscles also build strong bones through the same sort of biological mechanics. By putting a little bit of exercise stress on your muscles and bones, you set off the chain reaction that helps them repair themselves even stronger than they were before. So, what kinds of exercises do you need to be doing? Number one, walking, because it really is good for you. Specifically, it's great for your lower body. Walking helps your legs, your hips, and the lower part of your spine stay strong. Number two is strength training. Resistance training with hand weights has been proven to help maintain and even build muscle mass and bone density when done regularly, meaning 2 or 3 times a week. And because we generally carry weights in our hands for this type of work, it will help keep your upper spine, shoulders, arms, and wrists safe from muscle and bone loss. Number three is balance practice. You weren't expecting this one, were you? But my friends, practicing your balance even a little bit every day can help prevent you from falling, helps keep your spine in position, improves your posture, and works the all-important brain-body connection that can keep you independent and mobile for years to come. My grandmother has been gone for almost 20 years, and she was raised in a time when, honestly, I don't think it ever would have occurred to her to lift weights. It kind of just wasn't done. But now, you have YouTube right here at your fingertips, and I have dozens of follow-along videos that can help you walk or lift weights or practice your balance. In fact, this playlist right here has 7 days of workouts that are the perfect weekly mix of exercises to help you stay strong, healthy, and on your feet as long as possible. Click it now, and I'll see you in the next video.